Hi kids, my name's Nicole and this is Let's Make Art, and you are here to paint like we do every week. And guess what? This week we are painting... Oh, try and make the sound. What's an orca sound? That was good. So we're painting an orca whale, and Keaton was in the back trying to make that noise for you. Actually, let's just introduce you.
Okay.
So if you hear an orca whale, it sounds like an orca whale or a voice.
Wow.
You just wanted to jump on and say hi. So that's Keaton, our cameraman. He's here to paint with you and me today. So let's start with our supplies. We are using watercolors today, and there are 3 colors that we are going to be using. One is a green.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Really pretty green. This one is called pine green. Then we have, this really pretty deep blue. And then black, because we're going to paint our orca whale black. Now, the other fun thing is that we're also going to be painting white. So there aren't any white watercolors, but we have something that's pretty close, and this is a white thicker paint. So if you have our box, go and grab that. It comes in a jar. So we're going to be using that. And the other fun thing is the handy dandy toothbrush.
Hello. Hey,
Hello.
I used that earlier today for my teeth.
I'm glad you brush your teeth.
Thank you.
So grab a different one. If you don't have one from our box, maybe ask a grown-up. Do they have an older one that you can borrow? Because we are going to be using the white paint and making these really cool splash marks, because our orca whale is splashing and jumping out of the water. So then, as we always do here at Let's Make Art, we like to have brushes, we have our cup of water, and a paper towel. Now, let me move this, and we're going to do our motto, because that's what we do first before we paint. So, if everyone can sit up and raise their right hand and repeat after me. I am brave.
I am brave.
I am kind.
I am kind.
And I am creative.
And I am creative.
Let's do this. Okay, now, first step is, can you see how we have this beautiful transition of colors? We go from this blue to kind of teal, turquoisey, to this other blue. Now, you have 2 colors, but guess what? We're going to create, you can make 50, 100.
50, 100?
You can make, I just made up a number.
Bazillion?
You can make so many different colors by mixing. And what you think about it is, if you look at this has a little bit more blue, and this is a little bit more green. Can you see that?
I can see that.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our palette and make that. So if we have green here, what I'm gonna do is let's see what happens if we make 3 more colors. So maybe I'll have more green here. So let's say a lot of green, middle, and just 1 drop of green. Then I'm gonna do the opposite, so this one's gonna be more green, and this side's gonna be more blue because it's closer to my blue here. Is this all in the shot?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna add more blue. Oh, is this blue? Yep, this is blue. So I'm gonna add more blue over here. Oh, that was a lot.
All right.
Medium amount, and just a little bit. And let's see what happens. So I'm gonna go and grab, you can do this with me or you can watch, and I'm just gonna show you the different colors we have. So what will happen is, it will start to get...
Ooh, it has a little hint of blue.
A little bit more blue. So can you see? Oh, I love that color.
Oh, that's a great color.
Let's see what this one.
Oh snap, this one's gonna be really blue.
Ooh, it has a little bit tint of green, very slight, but can you see how we just made all different colors? Now, the cool thing is, we have that all set up, so when we are going to paint, we can just use those colors that we made already. So, we are painting the background. Whoa, let me close this up. We're gonna be creating the background. Now, when I made this, I kind of thought the sky's blue, the ocean's blue. It's all kind of a mix of blue. So it's kind of we're taking an artistic spin on it, and we're just kind of gonna paint the background all blue. So what I want you to do is I want you to grab a paintbrush. Now, if you have a wide one that's like this, maybe use that. And the reason why is we're gonna be painting these really big strokes. So having a bigger one may help. So whenever we use watercolors, we dip in our water, and then I'm gonna pick up the first color. I'm gonna start with my darkest blue, I'm gonna pick some up and I'm gonna paint. So we're just painting directly onto our paper, and I'm gonna move down the paper as we transition to the next color. Now, when you're doing this, can you see how I'm not going all the way to the edge of the paper? This is because it has this cool edge. This is another artistic, creative choice that I just thought, maybe let's try it out, what happens? So it kind of has this cool painterly look. So you're just gonna keep painting and going down on the paper. Oh, that was a really dark blue.
Super dark, I like that.
And we're gonna keep going. Now, I'm gonna paint on top of my outline. So we're gonna keep going. You're just gonna keep painting.
Just keep painting, just keep painting.
It's perfect for this project. And as we do this, I'm gonna transition and go to the next color.
Do you know what a group of orcas is called?
No.
A pod.
A pod?
A pod.
So
Yes.
if you paint multiple of them, you'll have a whole pod.
A whole pod.
A
It's
pod
like a
party.
family of orcas, maybe.
Oh, I will tell you something after that. But before this dries, I have one other tip for you. Is as I went down, I started to get another color. Let me paint a little bit more. And what I'm thinking is I want to show you how. When you get right here, if you want to create a really, really light color, so can you see how this got lighter down here? Here's a trick. Grab your paintbrush, dip in water, and I'm just gonna overlap and just paint with water.
Oh.
Which makes sense because we're painting the water.
Yeah. Put the water on the page for the water.
There we go. So do you see how it made a lighter color and I'm just going down?
Yeah.
Now, as we are letting this dry, I wanted to also say that if you have multiple people, so if you want to paint a pod of orcas, what you can do is you can take this outline, if you have our box, and you can make more of them. Now, if you don't have your box and you're thinking, wait, Nicole, I want to join along, ask a grown-up to go to our website, letsmakeart.com, and you can print this as an outline. So you can make so many more, which will be really pretty.
Super cool.
To have a whole wall of orcas.
Ooh.
So, what we're gonna do is we're going to take a snack break because I want to let this completely dry, and then we will bring our orchid to life. So snack break.
Snack break.
Okay, so we are back from our snack break. I hope you enjoyed whatever snack you had. And we are going to paint on top of our blue. Now, grab out your black. I have a little bit of black that I already squeezed out, so you're using black watercolor paint, and we're going to be painting the top part of our whale. Now, if you have our box, I want you to flip, and there's some cool things that we can learn together while we're painting them.
What?
So I thought that we'll just talk about things as we're painting. So we have the front part of our whale that we're gonna paint right here, and I'm gonna go around, actually, let's see. Yes, I'm gonna go around this part, which is the eye patch. Do you know that that's not actually the eye?
What is it?
I always thought that was the eye patch. It's the eye, it's called the eye patch. So it's just a part of their skin.
Oh.
The eye is actually really, really small. Can you see on here? The eye is really small and it's close to the eye patch.
It's not even in the eye patch?
Mm-mm.
Trickery.
I think I got that. I hope I got that right.
Those sneaky whales.
So I'm gonna paint around, and I'm just painting black, and I got black. And I'm just gonna paint
That's pretty smart to hide their eye.
inside.
Side note,
Yes?
they have, the orcas have the second largest brain in all the animal kingdom.
Whoa,
I know. Who knew that? I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
But we know someone who knows these things.
Yes, so we got some really fun facts, which is what we're sharing with you from one of our amazing people that we get to work with. We're so lucky we work with some great people, and her name's Helen. So we can all thank Helen for these fun facts. So this part that we just painted is the flipper. That's what those are called. Then I'm gonna paint this part, which is called a dorsal fin.
Dorsal fin.
And I think, do we have a fun fact about dorsal fins?
We do. I just read, actually. Adult males have straight dorsal fins up to 6 feet high. Adult females have short, curved dorsal fins about 3 feet high.
So 6 feet is about how tall some people are.
Yeah.
Some
Me.
adult. Yes.
I'm almost 6 feet tall.
So imagine you on top of a huge whale.
Yeah.
That's just this.
Just hanging out.
That's amazing.
That is.
Whoa.
I would ride a whale. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm painting around. So we have this part that is the belly that we're gonna paint white. So I'm just not doing that. Now, when you get to the bottom, you'll notice that we don't have the fin or the tail fin. It just kind of stops. And I'm gonna let it go right there because can you see how we're going to be painting on top of it? So it's okay, you can leave that there like that. Now, whenever we switch colors, we always clean our brush. And while that dries, oh, actually, I forgot one other thing. Can you see what I'm missing on here? There's another part that's black. It's gonna be a fun game.
Yes.
Yes, what is it?
It's fin on the other side.
Yes, the flipper.
The flipper.
Flipper, yes, one of the flippers. So this one is black. So I gotta go in and I'm gonna paint
Flipper, no flipping.
the flipper. I'm gonna leave that. Okay. Wonderful. Now, clean my brush because what we're going to do is we're going to paint the blue ripples. So think about if you've ever been in a pool and when you're emerging and jumping out from the water, it creates this movement in the water. So to paint that, what we're going to do is we're going to do that same thing and kind of draw these lines on top of our water. So we have our water right here.
Cool.
So what I'm going to do is you're going to pick any of your colors that you made. Maybe I'll do the middle one. And when he or she, well, Keaton will have to think of a name for our orca whale, is popping out, that is where my line is. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your paintbrush, and I switched. I'm using my more round one because we used this one for our background. And you're going to be really loose, and I want you to just paint lines.
Oh.
So do you see how I'm just really lightly painting, moving back and forth? Does that look like ripples?
Yeah, that's great. I love that. That's awesome.
So then maybe you add another color and you add a little bit more. Because when you see the water, it's not all the same color because it has the different layers to it once it moves really fast. So that's what we painted. We were just painting all these different lines inside the water. Now, oh, that looks so fun.
Yes, it does.
And here's the cool thing. My black was a little bit wet. It kind of bled a little bit. This is the fun thing about painting is you kind of never know what you're going to get. So yours is going to look different than mine. And I absolutely love that.
Which is perfect because I have a fun fact to go along with that.
Okay, tell us.
Check this out. Orcas are identified by their saddle patch.
Yes.
They're like fingerprints and unique to each one.
So they all are unique.
Yes.
Which makes me think maybe we'll add a saddle patch. So if you see on this example, is the saddle patch is sometimes on the, I wonder if it's usually always there, but it's on the back and there's different colors, right?
There are, yeah, there's an open saddle patch and a closed saddle patch. An open saddle patch has a black streak and a closed saddle patch has no black but varies from gray to white.
Oh, so that's kind of what this one is. So maybe we'll add a little saddle patch on top of ours when we're doing the white. Gosh, so fun. That's a cool.
Super cool.
Yeah, they're unique just like we all are unique. Okay, so now we are going to go to our white. So I'm going to grab out my white, I'm going to open it up, and make sure your brush is clean because we had some blue on there, so I'm going to clean it off, sweep the bottom of my cup. And we're going to paint the two different parts. Actually 3, we'll add the saddle patch. We're going to paint the eye patch and the belly and then the saddle patch. So when you're using this white, actually this might be easier. I'm going to scoop out a little bit onto this cap And then I'm gonna dip in and get a little bit of water. So do you see how thick this paint is?
Yes.
Really, really thick. So we just wanna add a little bit of water to it so that's a little bit easier to paint with. So I'm gonna start with, let's start with the eye patch. So I'm just painting, oh, that white is so pretty. Now, if your white is a little bit see-through, maybe you go and add a little bit more. Oh, so pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna paint the belly part. So I'm gonna go on this part. And do you see how we can't really see the blue underneath? Because this paint is thicker. So that's why we can add it on top. So we're just painting the belly. Oh!
Good save.
If you got some splatters, you got some splatters. We'll just make it work.
And it flipped so nicely.
It did. So we're painting the belly. So if you're confused why the belly stopped here and here, here's what happened is the flipper goes across the body. So can you see my flippers in front? Pretend this is black, my black flipper. You can't see this part of my body, but it's still all there. So that's what we're doing is we're painting. This is all one solid piece, but the flipper's in front of it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yes, okay. So that's why they're two separate when we're painting them, but they're actually one in real life. So we're gonna keep painting our belly.
Do you know orcas are actually the largest species of dolphin?
I love dolphins.
Dolphins.
So I love orca
Can you
whales.
make a dolphin noise?
Something in your throat.
I can't do it. My voice
Can you
doesn't
make
get
a
that.
dolphin noise?
Ooh, show us if you can make a dolphin noise.
Such pretty animals. Okay, now let's try the saddle patch. I'm trying to think what saddle patches all look like. You know what, if they're unique.
You can look like however you want.
Yeah, so maybe I'll just do a little zigzag.
There you go.
So I painted it on the back. So there's our saddle patch.
Nice saddle patch.
Fun.
What if you put a
Okay.
saddle on it?
Like a horse saddle?
Yes.
So then someone can actually ride
Yes. Specifically me.
Yes. Okay. When you're done with that, the last step is that we want to make our whale, which Keenan still needs to name our whale. Have you thought of one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was thinking eclair.
Oh, fancy.
That's like a dessert too, so I'm kind of hungry right now, so eclair.
Eclair the orca whale. I love it. So what we're going to do is eclair is jumping out of the water, and just like how we made these ripples, when you're jumping out, it makes this big splash and the water kind of jumps up in the air. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to make that effect with our toothbrush. So what you're going to do is I have my cap. I'm going to add a little bit more white to it. And with this, you're going to want a little bit more water because what you're going to do is you're going to grab your toothbrush and you're going to pick up the white on my cap. Then I'm going to take this part, so especially when the orca is jumping out, that is where it's going to be splashing. So I'm just going to scrape at that point. Is this a good spot?
It's a great spot.
Okay. So we're adding it. I might need a little bit more paint.
That already looks cool.
Yeah?
Yes.
So it's creating this cool effect and we're having fun. So I'm going to add more paint.
Did you know that each pod, so each group of whales, has unique calls and scientists can identify different pods by those sounds?
Oh, that's unique.
I know.
I guess that's like how we all speak different languages.
It
or in
does-
different.
Yeah.
Yeah?
They have different dialects.
Whoa, it's amazing. I love learning things. Boom. Okay, so again, we're just scraping. I'm just pushing. Whoo! Claire's jumping high.
Beautiful.
Now, the last thing is that you can add, maybe you add more. You can have fun with this. is if you think about it, if you were jumping up, you might have some water on your hands. So think of these flippers as your hands. So when you're jumping, the water might be spraying off of your hands as well. So let's add a little bit of water from her flippers. I'm gonna flip this. So then I'm gonna scrape down, so I'm adding some off of her flippers. I need a little bit more. So I'm adding more. Yes.
That's great. Ooh, if it's upside down, it kind of looks like she just dove back into the water.
Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Backwards?
Yeah.
She's just making flips, doing tricks.
Flipping and tricking.
So fun. Okay, so you can keep doing that. If you want more white, you can add more white. If you want to maybe paint something in your sky, this is your painting that you have so much creative freedom to create with. And this was such a fun one. Thank you for all your fun facts.
Thank you for the painting.
Thank you, Helen, for providing them for us on our team. And I think that's it.
Yes.
Yes, this is such a fun one. Please show us what you make. Tell us what you named your orca whale. Take a picture and share it. We have a Facebook group called Let's Make Art Kids Projects where we would love to cheer you on in your painting journey. And always remember that you are brave, kind, and so creative. And we'll see you next time. Bye.